would go through my mineral kit and it'll give you enough information to get this lab done. And what you've got when you open up this box, you have minerals A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. And then here's my mineral toolbox. I have a magnifying glass, a copper penny, because the new ones aren't really copper, but I have a copper penny. I have the streak plate, which will tell me what the color of the powder of the mineral is when it streaks, which is a porcelain plate. I have a glass plate. The glass plate, you can see on Mohs hardness scale, should have a hardness of 5.5, a nail, and then a magnet. So basically, mineral A, you pick it up, and the first thing you do with any mineral is see if it'll scratch glass. And sure enough, mineral A will scratch glass. It doesn't have any flat surfaces, so no cleavage. So it must be fracture. Okay, so A has a hardness greater than 5.5. I would guess 7, and it's kind of a milky white as the luster. B, it has a metallic luster. It's golden color, and even through the plastic, I think it is scratching it a little bit, but it's got a metallic luster and it's cubic. They're little cubes. C has a metallic luster and it's very heavy. It's super dense and it is a silver gray lead color. D, when I pick it up, D will not scratch the glass, so it's softer than 5.5. But if I take the penny and try to scratch it with the penny, the penny is scratching it a little bit. So it's somewhere, that penny's about a 3.5, 3. This one is around a hardness of 3. And if I dropped acid on this, it would react with acid. The next one is E. It is clear, opaque. It has perfect cleavage in one direction, but when I try to break it in the other direction, the X or the Y plane, the cleavage is really crappy. But it does have perfect cleavage in one direction and it's light colored. Mineral E is pink colored, like a salmon color. It has good cleavage in two directions. It looks like I can see, when I turn it, I can see two 90-degree cleavages. And it looks like it is scratching the glass. G, when I pick G up, I can scratch G with my fingernail. My fingernail has a hardness of 2.5, so this has a hardness of less than 2.5 on Mohs hardness scale. It's clear. It's got some nice cleavage planes. Not perfect, but it has some decent cleavage. You can see some flat surfaces. H, which apparently I've knocked the letter off, it looks really similar to E in that it has perfect cleavage in one direction, but crappy cleavage on the side and in this direction, but in that third direction it has perfect cleavage. It's dark colored. The last one is awesome, one of my favorite minerals, I, and it definitely has some flat surfaces. You can see some cleavages. You could almost convince yourself you're seeing some angles on those, on these flat surfaces. So there's some type of angle to the cleavage. And when I scratch it on the plate, it will not scratch the plate. So it has a hardness of less than 5.5, mineral I, and the color of it's kind of greenish and then maybe a little purple. Now, color is the worst indicator, the worst diagnostic on any of the minerals. But again, mineral A doesn't have any cleavage. It has a hardness of greater than 5.5. Both B and C have a metallic luster. B is gold, has cubic cleavage. C is super heavy, super dense, and it does have some good cleavage planes. It almost looks like it might be cubic. It's pretty square. D has some cleavage. It'll react with acid. The penny will scratch it, so it's somewhere around 3.5 or so the hardness. And it does have some good cleavage planes, like almost, when you look at it, they're not like a cube. It's almost like you're getting maybe 60, 120, some kind of squish cube cleavage as you look at the different angles. E has perfect cleavage in one direction, and the darker ones go down there in H. And then this is the most common mineral in the world, the salmon pink color, E, and it scratches the glass. Has good cleavage, 90 degree in 2 direction. G, we can scratch with our fingernails, so it has a hardness of less than 2.5. H has perfect cleavage in one direction, and these are pretty soft, these minerals, and they won't streak. They will not need, E or H will not scratch glass, and then I will not scratch glass, but it is harder than the penny. So that should help you with your mineral identification. Thanks.